So this year for April Fool's Day, Mojang released an update called Craftmine. It's been a while, but this update has been on my mind. It's the wackiest thing possible and seemingly one of the coolest add-ons to Minecraft. You start in this lobby in the void with a bunch of ingredients in your inventory that you can add to the craft your mine thing in the middle. When you've chosen your ingredients, you enter the mine and then do what? I came here very blind, I didn't know what was going on. In this first mine, our ingredients meant that there were lots of ocelots and frogs, which confused me because I was looking for a tree to punch. Turns out you're not supposed to default to regular Minecraft survival world starts, and instead you're supposed to get as many items as possible. Each item has different values, and so I realized that I can get infinitely more flowers than wood, so that would give me more experience and therefore help me beat my friends. And you may notice the advancements menu looks a little different. We'll get to that a bit later. Basically, the more you unlock, the easier it is to get points. To test the theory, I punched a frog to death, only to get a frog ingredient for the world builder. Not exactly the goal, but it could be helpful. The first way I found Mojang trying to troll us was giving us a crafter instead of a crafting table. Having to go back to spawn and flick a lever each time you wanted to craft something is annoying to say the least. Given that our mob of choice was frogs, it was unbelievably hard to source food, and at this point I can't sprint anymore. Also, my hotbar is full and my inventory is blocked out, so the maximum points I can earn are from the items in my hotbar. Pretty restricting. So it was time to leave this level behind and enter a new one. But before we enter a new level, it's time to mess with some of the advancements to make life a little easier. I just picked some of the entry level ones at random to see what they did and experiment a bit. Now time for the next mine. The most notable difference here was I have one more row of inventory, and I can craft in my inventory now. The world generation in this mine was crazy. If I was in vanilla survival, the game would be so much more perilous, but also so cool if it was like this. My approach to this game at this point was very much the same as starting a new survival world still, which definitely isn't the optimal way to play. We were all pretty fed up with this world and wanted to start a new mine with more food sources and opportunities, so we headed back to the lobby. It was in this mine that I really exploited getting as much leaf litter and flowers as possible because it's both abundant and fast to obtain. So once I filled my inventory, it's back to the lobby. With my newly gained experience points, I unlocked more inventory slots and more experience when I complete a mine. I went absolutely ham on my strategy of getting as many easy to obtain items as possible. But here's where things get interesting and the troll really begins. Meddling M unlocks Dirt Enjoyer, then Dirt Fanatic. What is Dirt Enjoyer, you ask? Well, I decided to unlock all the way up to Dirt Connoisseur 2 to find out. I start the level with a shovel in my hotbar, so I start shoveling up some dirt. It's not insanely fast, so I'm a little disappointed initially. What's the point of this advancement? Also, in this level we had to kill silverfish, and tell me why the hitboxes are so tiny. These things suck. So eventually my shovel breaks, which is a little disappointing because I think I can't mine dirt as fast. But it turns out with these new advancements, your fist is actually insanely fast at mining dirt, and you can instant mine it. And from what I can tell, this is what the game comes to in the end. So I guess that's Mojang's way of telling us to eat dirt for April Fool's Day.